Joining us live via Zoom is the DG of Nigeria Employers Consultative Association, NECA, Wale Smart Oyerinde. So good to have you on the show this beautiful day. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you for having us.
Yes, I'm hoping I could see. Oh, fantastic. Thank you, Wale, for accepting to be on the program all the way from Europe. Yes. So talk to me, Wale. We need to set agenda for this administration. As a member of the DG of the Nigerian Employers Consultative Association, yes, your focus is basically on good economy. What do you think should be the focus right about now? Employment still hovers between 50% employment and underemployment, 50% plus. What would you say should be the focus of this administration as a matter of urgency?
Thank you very much. You know, from our perspective, there are some basic fundamentals on which you can build every other structure. We call them the fundamental framework for economy. And once you get that fundamentals right, you set the trajectory for growth in all other sectors. And to a large extent, the focus that we have noticed or we are proposing is a focus-based economy, dealing with fiscal and monetary policies. If we get it right at that level, it has consequential effects on every other area of the economy. If we align properly our fiscal and monetary policy to be pro-growth, rather than the voodoo economics that we have witnessed in years past, I think we have a good chance of turning the trajectory of this economy from the current state to a more rapid growth situation. And your fiscal and monetary policy will help you to deal with investors' confidence, will help you to deal with revenue challenges. And once you deal with investor confidence, you deal with revenue challenges, you deal with the environment, the business environment itself, then you are invariably dealing with the issue related to unemployment. You are invariably dealing with the issues related to insecurity. So it's a key issue that we want the incoming government to take a look at. Also of importance, beyond the policies, beyond taking a critical look at the fiscal and monetary policies, beyond aligning your fiscal and monetary policies properly, then you also need to have a very strong team. And that is also part of the concern that we have, that the incoming government should do whatever it takes to ensure that we have round pegs in round holes, that we have square pegs in square holes within the context of those that become ministers, those that heads departments, those that heads agencies of government. But even if we get it right at the policy level and they didn't get it right at the implementation level, which to a large extent rests on the heads of those ministries, agencies and departments, then we are back to ground zero. So those are critical issues that we want the incoming government to take a critical look at, but you start basically from who will play what role in the new government.
Well, it's important that we state this categorically, because what we have seen over time is the fact that a fresh government comes in and it becomes a period to compensate individuals that have that worked really hard for them towards their emergence as the president. So it's important that we keep hammering this, that we need competent individuals that would man very key and strategic positions in this government. You talked about the monetary and fiscal policies that should be critically handled. What would you say, in your own assessment, is wrong, fundamentally wrong with our current monetary policy?
You know, let's give two instances. You know, just the recent Naira design policy, beautiful policy, laudable policy, a policy that we think is the direction that we should be going. But the implementation was fraught with so many challenges. You also realize at the point there was contention between the fiscal monetary authorities and the monetary policy authority itself. the fiscal and the monetary policy authorities, they seem to be at loggerhead, which doesn't give investors the kind of confidence they need to come to this country, which also doesn't assist local businesses to plan, because you don't know what the policy will come up today. You don't know whether it's going to be sustainable. You don't know how long it's going to stay. So it puts your business consistently under pressure. So for us, it's quite worrisome. A few years ago, we had a policy on restricting forex for dairy products. We had monetary policy on restricting forex for 42 or 43 products that you can't import. All those policies are aimed at shoring up the value of the naira. Few months or few years down the line, have we really protected the naira? As of today, the exchange rates at the official rates about 450, 455. At the parallel market is about 700 plus. So what exactly have we done to protect the naira? So those policies that we came up with, have they really served the purpose for which they were created to serve? So those are questions that we need to ask. A few years ago, we closed the border to stop smuggling. As of today, have we really stopped smuggling? A few years down the line, the borders were open again. So we need a focused, pro-growth, all-inclusive fiscal and monetary policy that focuses on building the economy, that focuses on creating an environment that is hospitable for local businesses to grow, and also to have the requisite foreign direct investment to drive this economy.
Fantastic. Let's begin to look at concerns around unemployment and job creation. This government promised that they were going to create over 100 million jobs in the next few years, and rather we have seen many more Nigerians plunged into unemployment and plunged into the poverty line. How do you think, from a perspective of NECA, that the incoming government should begin to address concerns around unemployment?
You know, even at the ongoing governing board of the ILO meeting, unemployment issue still remains a critical issue. Unemployment and also skills development has been part of the conversation we've had in the last 3 days. And the consensus that we've had is this: 8 or 9 jobs created globally is created by the private sector. So if you want to deal with the issues of unemployment, 3 critical things you need to do. 1, create an environment that is conducive for those businesses to thrive, remain sustainable, and remain competitive. If they are, they will generate employment for you. The second issue you need to focus on is the issue of skills development. You know, we have a budding project with the Industrial Training Fund currently, the NECA ITF Technical Skill Development Project. We need to take a more deliberate look at skills development. So that is what we aid our industrialization. So those 2 critical areas we want the incoming to take a look at, to deliberately create structures that will promote the sustainability of enterprises and also skills development. We need to bring those 2 on board as focal points of the incoming government's policy trust.
Fantastic, DG, fantastic. Let's look at this concern around energy. Now, as we speak, Nigeria generates barely 5,000 megawatts of energy, and we all understand how key energy is for the sustainability and development of any economy, especially the private sector players. Manufacturing and all of this would need constant energy. We have not been able to deal with the concern around energy in the last 24 years of our democratic experience. Now, the entire globe is moving away from fossil fuel energy to sustainable forms of energy, green energy. Are we in any way in tune with global expectations and global trajectory?
You know, someone said if you're in a hole, the first thing you do is to stop digging. And we've been in a hole for a while concerning energy issues, not because of the discourse or the GENCOs. You know, I think we need to take a holistic look at that sector. And as you mentioned, the green energy seems to be the trajectory where the world is going. It is cheap, it is clean. It is a way that we think we should go. And even at the global level, at the ILO, conversation is also going around the issue of green energy, going around the issue of renewable energy. That is where the world is in. The direction I think we should also be looking at. But in the short run, I think it's time we also take a look at the IPPs, independent power plants, where you can give the manufacturing sector, you can give those sectors that can bear the cost or that can manage it, give them the opportunity to structure a framework where they can produce their own power. Then you will have created opportunities for them to grow, also create opportunity for employment within the context of that value chain. But I think it's an issue that the incoming government we need to look at holistically within the context of green energy, renewable energy, while in the short run, we encourage those that can go into the IPPs to take the plunge.
Utmost priority for the incoming administration. Your closing thoughts, Wale?
Well, it is no secret that we have multidimensional challenges. I don't want to call it problems. We have multidimensional challenges. And we hope that the incoming government will approach the challenges in a multidimensional way also. We want to urge them to build consensus. To address all these issues, you need to build national consensus. No government can claim to know it all. You need to deepen collaboration with the organized private sector. It is less of calling one or two business owners and then you call them private sector. You need to engage the institution that is called the organized private sector. We need to collaborate deeply. We need to be involved within the context of policy formulation, policy implementation, policy appraisal. It's a big challenge that we have currently, and we need all hands to be on deck for us to address these issues. The world is moving. The global economy is moving, and Nigeria cannot afford to be left behind or to be caught within the trap of the way we used to do things.
Well, fantastic way to end the conversation, Wale. We apologize. This is about how much we can take, but I can guarantee you we'll still stay on this conversation. We have barely scratched, the meat of this conversation, all the way from Geneva, Switzerland. Wale Smart, you're in the DG of Nigeria Employers Consultative Association. Thank you so very much for your time.
Thank you.
All right, that's where we call it a wrap on today's show. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. I am David Obabudike. We'll bring the show again to you next time. Do stay safe and be very safe and just be calm. I'm David Obabudike. Bye for now.